is Pauline. I'm Brian's grandmother, and Brian's been a very busy boy. So busy that I decided I would do a Reddit reading for him. The first story we have for today is titled, Am I a Jerk for Not Wanting to Visit My Mother-in-Law Anymore, even though she is a very generous, kind, and overall lovely lady? I don't think we need to read any more about this. She's a very kind, loving lady, and no, I think of course you're the jerk for not wanting to visit her anymore. But we'll read it anyways, just to find out. I'm a 25-year-old female, and I married my husband Pete, not his real name. Well, why did you marry a man you don't know his name of? This is so confusing. He's a 33-year-old male, and over 2 years ago? This takes place about 1.5 years ago. For context, my mother-in-law lives in Bath. Well, I'm sure she's a very clean woman. She used to have her own bakery but sold it, and is an amazing cook and baker. Husband has been divorced once. We were married for about 6 months at the time I decided to take 3-month-long counseling course in Bristol, which ran once a week on a Thursday evening. I had asked my mother-in-law how she felt about me staying with her for a few days each week, as we were living in London, and she seemed delighted. The plan then me and Pete came up with was that every other week he would drive me down, and he'd work from mother-in-law's home. He just needs Wi-Fi to work. Oh, these crazy kids these days. I don't know how they work with only Wi-Fi. Back in my day, we used to have to go down to the fish factory. Well, I don't know how you would do that to fish over Wi-Fi. I just don't understand. For a few days, maybe spend a weekend there. On weeks he wasn't driving, I made my own way down, paying for the coach and buying bus tickets to get my course from Bath. Well, my birthday rolls around, and it's on a week my husband is driving us down to Bath. Oh, Bath's a place. It's not... I thought she was getting clean, but it's the city that she was in. So, it's not a bath. It's actually a city. He couldn't book the day off work, so he worked from mother-in-law's as usual, which, for context, means coming down for a coffee and a chat every opportunity. Well, that doesn't sound like hard work. On the morning of my birthday, I went down to the kitchen to a selection of cards and a small gift. Pete wished me a happy birthday and brought his gift out, Love Letters, the game. He happily disclosed his love He happily disclosed that he loved playing this game. I became sad, but went with it when he suggested me, my mother-in-law, sister-in-law, and brother-in-law play him a few rounds. Mother-in-law got me a small alphabet stamp set with a few ink pads. She usually looks after a young girl who is like an adopted grandchild to her, so she has a craft drawer that she likes to keep stocked to entertain children when she visits. Well, don't we all? For reference, I come from a family of 6 kids. I'm the last of triplets. I do not expect anything fancy, as money was always an issue back home. My family is very dysfunctional, with my parents having abusive tendencies. Well, now, dear, I'm so sorry to hear that. My dad doesn't even know my birthday for context. I had hoped to feel special on my birthday with my in-laws. I joined my mother-in-law with her errands, and she wanted to go to the garden center to get some church plants. I feel they must be very holy plants. I feel bad and bought me a plant in a pot while there. We went home and she tried to bake me a last-minute cake. Perhaps she realized Pete had nothing planned for me. The cake sunk in the middle, but it was the best cake anyone ever made. Well, take it from an old-timer like me, cakes can be fickle. So I wouldn't worry about your cake having a belly button. It's just the way world goes sometimes. You know, cakes sink. As long as they're not ships, everything is fine. That's how Paul, my husband, went. It was a sinking ship. But anyhow, let's continue. I then went my course, and my hubby didn't understand why I didn't want to talk to him while he drove me down. He kept noting that I looked sad. To him, it was just another day. My heart still breaks thinking about it, but I explained it to him. Months later, I realized mother-in-law and hub had months to prepare. I did not expect to be treated like one of her actual children, but her daughter-in-law and wife, and as her daughter-in-law and wife, I just expected more. Am I a jerk for not being keen on visiting my mother-in-law anymore? The bubble is burst. I don't think she actually likes me. I really thought we had a good relationship going. Until this, and frankly, I'm exhausted trying to fit in. She gave me a child's gift for goodness sake. Oh, my dear, I'm so sorry to hear about this situation. The thing is that sometimes people just don't realize that you're going to be down for the birthday. I mean, I don't know what kind of foresight she had on that. Maybe she thought Pete was going to take care of it. And like I said, if you don't know the man's real name, you shouldn't trust him. I mean, this seems like a really bad idea to be married to a man you don't even know his real name for. So, and this whole working from home thing, he seems like he just doesn't have the moral fortitude to actually go down to the factory and work. Well, and like I said in my day, we didn't have Wi-Fi, and I just don't know how you work from home. And dear, maybe you should ask your mother-in-law what his real name is so that you can get to know him better. So, that would be what I have to say. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching. I think that's the story for today. I just wanted to make sure that Brian wasn't too busy to record something, and I wanted to help him out. Let me know what you think of how I did. I don't know how any of this works, but I know this will be beamed magically to your screen. This is weird world we live in. Paul wouldn't understand, but Paul is gone to the bottom of the sea with Davy Jones. Thanks again for watching. I can't believe I'm a movie star now. This is great. Take care, and I'll see you all around.